sweep. I got Dallas 11-6.
He kept it. I know they would say, "Oh, well, he kept the tag applied." He could have kept the tag applied and not straddled home plate. You know what I mean? He could have moved his leg. So.
Oh, it was fine. It's just.
I'm just saying.
Ramirez just had a little.
It wasn't necessary.
Nothing wrong.
It didn't need to get to that extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong.
Bills in a last-second field goal or a last-second touchdown by Aaron Rodgers to take the division.
He's kicking field goals too.
I want to bet.
Right?
I want.
And now, Nancy and I would like to introduce Nick Bodkins.
Hey, the intro's playing again. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great LTS show. I am your host, Bodkins, of course. We have got with Thursday night football's going on. This game's the 49ers just took the lead. The back half of the show, we'll be making all our picks, the rest of our picks for game 3. Everybody's in on the 49ers, covering this spread at 10.5. So right now it's 7. So a long way to go. Giants look like they stink, but nonetheless. So we're going to be talking a little bit of other stuff, other movement going on. We'll talk a little other football, baseball. What the hell was that, Danny Dimes? We'll be talking all things sports here the first hour before we get into all our picks. But let's go ahead. We're going to bring in the Hall of Famer first, talk about some gambling stuff on this game, and before we bring in other guys.
What's up, Nick?
Scott, what's up, my friend?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm all right, brother. What gambling wise, what are we looking at for this game?
So I did a little parlay. I was gonna do a Chiefs 49ers Seahawks, but that wasn't plus money. That was minus money. The Chiefs are minus 850 on the money line, so that blew it up right there. So I did George Kittle over. I did an alternate parlay. Kittle over 40 yards receiving. He's got like 20 right now or something like that. McCaffrey over 40 yards rushing. I think he's already broken that. The Niners to win on the money line, and Daniel Jones over 15 yards rushing. So, and there's a long way to go. And that's the only thing I could find to do on this game tonight. It's just these props, and it's just bad. It's just really bad game. Thursday nights are tougher to bet on than any other night of the week.
It is tough, and then it doesn't help that the Giants have looked like absolute dog shit. Their best players, out, and then the 49ers have looked like an absolute wagon through the first 2 weeks. So, that's why the spread is at 10.5. That's why everything looks like it's almost just a bad game to bet on, just because there's really nothing there. Like you said, what are you going to bet on that, that's going to favor your odds in your favor? Like you almost have to put a good sized parlay together just to get some plus money around here.
Yeah. And I only put like 50 on it because it was like, I don't even know if Daniel Jones is going to get to 15 yards rushing, to be honest with you. I mean, he
just got sacked there.
Yeah. He was only at one rush for 1 yard. So, and San Francisco, as we talked about before the show, all they're doing is throwing these swing and screen passes to guys and making them make plays. So I figured with Ayuk out tonight, which he is, that Kittle would be the beneficiary of Purdy's short passing game, because that's what the 49ers are doing. They're not throwing it down the field. They're throwing it short to Debo, to McCaffrey, and to Kittle. So that was my thinking on doing that parlay tonight. So
yeah, and it's working out right now for them. I mean, the Giants, they're just not very good. I mean, they're just that's what it comes down to. They don't have any playmakers,
Without Saquon, they're totally exposed tonight because there's no running game. They can double Darren Waller every time. He's the only consistent pass catcher. And Daniel Jones doesn't look like he wants to run the ball tonight. They look like they want to play the game and then head back to New York tonight. So
let's get out here, take our ass whooping, and
exactly
go home. That's kind of how exactly how that is. Like that reminds me of like a high school team, right? Where you just like you're that class 3 school, and you're going up against like that class 5 school, and you're just like, you know what? We're gonna go in here. It's probably their homecoming too to make it less, make it even worse. And you're just like, all right, coach don't even have nothing to say. We're probably gonna get in here. Let's get our ass whipping, learn from it, and let's get the hell out of here. And pretty much.
how bad this game is. ESPN has Georgia State, Coastal Carolina on, and I'm more interested in watching that game than the NFL game tonight. It's so bad right now. It's just, I mean, I have the Prime on in another window on my computer screen, so I'm kind of, flipping back and forth to that just to see how the game's going. But Coastal Carolina, Georgia State is going on here, and it's 17-3. There's been more action in that than there's been even close to the NFL game. So.
Yeah, one game we'll bring in Sam here real quick. Scott, we got to get into Sam here because not only did this guy pick against his team, the minus, I don't even know what the spread was, but minus was getting plus. They were home dogs. Said he was going to the game. He's a season ticket holder, and he even said, "Hey, I'm probably going to get some shit for this." If they do win, and by God, the Titans won on Sunday, so bad that, he was scared to face the music on Monday. His little taint hurt, so he missed the show on Monday. So he's got to come face the music because this guy picked against his own team, goes to the game as a season ticket holder, and what do you know? They win. So let's bring in Mr. First Down.
Let's see. Let me rebuttal that. Blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Titans win. Suck.
well, Nick, what's your favorite saying about the Chargers? Because they did what they usually do.
The Chargers do what they do, man.
They're going to charge. And Brandon
Chargers
Staley.
going to charger.
He was out-coached. Go figure. Vrabel out-coached Staley. Who saw that coming?
I know.
I did. We all did. Everybody but us, Sam. I said the reason I'm not picking the Chargers is because Staley is an idiot, and I like Mike Vrabel.
Some part of me, and I think everybody else out there, is relieved to see Tannehill have a good game, right? Because we thought that was the beginning of the end, and I had that doubt in my soul because I was like, what if it is? Am I going to have to watch Malik Willis and Will Levis battle for a number one quarterback position? And so to see him bounce back like that was nice. And I think he needed that. You know what I mean? Like he needed that 70-yard bomb. And after he did that, the game got a lot better for him. So I just feel like it all came together. Good for Tim Kelly for calling a good offensive game. And yeah, rock on. Happy to be
You were there in person. What the hell's going on with the Chargers defense, Sam? Because that defense has all the names in the world, right? I mean, we could go through the Alithia name, Bosa, Mack, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. Like, they got all the names on defense, and yet Ryan Tannehill's out there shredding them, looking like freaking Tom Brady out there.
It didn't look like that. It didn't look like it was going to go our way the first half. The 70 bomb happened, and the momentum flipped. Like you could literally feel it flip. But you're watching them on defense, and they start getting the ball out quicker, screen passes because they want to get to Ryan Tannehill so bad, And then there's Tajay Spears, a guy I was totally wrong about. 3 knee surgeries in college, gets out there, and he starts cutting them up, slicing and dicing. First downs almost every carry. And then, of course, they start the forgetting to cover people because they don't think he's going to throw it deep. And Tannehill had the deep pass to Traylon Burks, and Tannehill had the deep pass to old man Chris Harris. So that's how that one goes.
Here's the thing I get with the Chargers. It's just time for a change. They just need to move in a different direction. Staley is just not doing
overtime.
It for them.
They get the ball first in overtime. I said, well, that's it, right? I mean, that's what we would all think. That's it.
You got an all-world quarterback in Justin Herbert. He's going to
this is it. This is
3 and out. 3 and out in the punt.
A little over a minute off the clock. Yep. 3 and out. I get the ball almost at the 50. Unbelievable. Scott,
do you blame? Staley's going to get the brunt of it, but they brought in Kellen Moore to get this offense going. So a little bit that's got to be on Kellen Moore in the play calling.
It is because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams all game long the Titans have had trouble handling. You need to go to them time and time again instead of. You don't have Austin Eckler, so you can't go to him. He's not an option. You got Josh Kelly in the backfield, who for whatever reason, Kellen Moore was on him from the day he got hired. He's like, Josh Kelly's the next running back for the Chargers. He's going to be really good. He showed Sunday he's not good.
For the record, they sent him right at Jeffrey Simmons, and they sent him right at Danico Autry. They don't try to test Harold Landry out coming off an ACL surgery. That's who I'd be sending it at. They send him right at Jeff. And Jeff, who's taking 2 blockers and reaching out and grabbing him one-handed and pulling him back. And then even Jeff's backup, T.R. Tart, gets through a couple of times and throws him down. It was ridiculous.
So I said, and I said to Sam before the show, has Brandon Staley said to Kellen Moore, this is the offense we're running. Run this offense. You can call any play in these offense, but these are the plays we're running, Kellen. You decide which one. I don't care. But Brandon Staley is a defensive-minded coach, and all of a sudden he thinks he can do offense.
Right. He can't do defense right now, Scott, because their defense is atrocious.
It's awful. It's awful.
They got a bye week in week 5. If they were smart, if they were 0-4, goodbye, Brandon. You're gone. See you later.
Do you give Kellen Moore the reins?
I think you have to.
I think you have to.
And then just kind of, hey, this is your audition. This is your audition.
I literally think they brought him in for that purpose. I think they knew, it's like, hey, if this goes south, this is the guy, right?
Yep.
And
maybe their offense will be better. And as I told Nick also before the show, Georgia State and Coastal Carolina are playing. That game's much, much more entertaining than this NFL game is right now. This NFL game, Thursday nights are awful right now. And next week, Knicks Packers are on Thursday night against Detroit.
Who you play? Oh, Detroit. That's going to be
Detroit. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be amped up. We'll be amped up for that one, baby. Can't wait. Speaking in the we'll stay in the NL Central or the NL Central, the NFC North. What do you guys make of this drama? All the drama in the Bears. If you got, I mean, I don't know. Somehow Bears shit always links into my timeline. Because Craig Cober.
Because you literally go after the Bears all the time.
Two. I just they're in my division. But so you got the Justin Fields thing. He comes out and says, "Hey, I'm not playing free." Blah 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 blah. Hey, what is it? Oh, it's fucking coaching. And then he just kind of leaves it at that. Then you got allegedly all these different rumors that the FBI raided Hallis Hall. That was debunked. Allegedly have raided the DC coordinator's house. I don't know if that part is. I don't know. I don't know if that part is debunked or not.
The Rappaport said yesterday they did not invade Hallis Hall. Today the story came out. They raided his house. That has not been debunked. So I think that happened to me.
So the FBI, and this guy resigned. He didn't coach on Sunday. So Eberflus was calling the plays on Sunday. They looked like dog shit. FBI raided the guy's DC coordinator's house. He resigned yesterday as well. Said, "I'm just spend some time with family." Well, if the FBI's raiding your house, buddy, that tells me you're gonna be spending some time with somebody else, and it ain't
somebody else's family.
You know what I mean? You better make, and knowing things the way I know things, because I've worked in this type of field. Usually, when the FBI raids just somebody's house like that, has a little something to do with child and porn knock.
I'll handle this. Federal charges are bad and good. You get charged with a federal crime, it's bad.
Yes.
And good.
So I wouldn't. If that part is true, the Hallis Hall part was also that was rumored, and then I guess that was debunked. But I guess if they did raid us, then in all amidst all that, Justin Fields goes back out and says, it's not just coaching. I need to play better too. So I think somebody probably got in his ear, much like
Captain PR.
Remember last year, Zach Wilson said the same thing. Hey, this ain't my fault. It's everybody else's fault. I think he started taking some heat and was like, oh shit, I need to go out there and fix that. I need to play better too. It's just not coaching. What do you guys make of this whole mess of organization that is the Chicago Bears, Scott?
0-17. It is. Them and the Cardinals are the two worst teams in the NFL. As we see tonight, the Giants look horrific, and the Cardinals allowed them to come back and win the game after being up by 20 at halftime. I think the Bears need to tear it down and start building it up again. Justin Fields just is not the answer to that. The solution to that. Now, maybe coaching. Maybe it's coaching. Maybe they need to get rid of Eberflus and the whole staff and start it over again with an offensive-minded coach. But I just think the Bears could be 1-16 or 0-17 this year. There's just too much. When a quarterback comes out and says it, you can't take it back. When a player comes out and says it, you
God
can't
bless you, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, I agree 1,000%. You can't take it back. You can't walk it back. You can't say, "Oh, I didn't mean it." You said it. It's out there. Own it. Just own it. Just say, "I said it. I own it." That's it. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this reminds me of so much of the last quarterback they drafted, number 2 overall, Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy. Remember, Fox drafts Trubisky. He didn't really want him. He didn't even really want to draft him, but got stuck with him. And then they bring in Nagy. Nagy's like, we're going to run this offense, the Pat Mahomes offense. You know, we're going to do it this way, and that didn't fit Mitch's style. The Bears are doing the same thing with Justin Fields. We didn't draft this guy. We're going to play him. I mean, they went in on him because they could have took Bryce Young. Remember, they had the number 1 overall pick and traded out of it. They went in on with Justin, but it seems like they're running, this Aaron Rodgers Green Bay offense. Well, that's not who Justin Fields is. And they're like, we're not going to run that offense. As a good coach, your job is to put your players in the right position for them to succeed. What does he do well? Highlight that. Let's do that. Oh, he runs out of the fucking pocket and faster than everybody. You know what? We're going to do that. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. You know what? It's better than what we're doing right now. So Nathan Peterman, warm up, buddy, if Fields goes down, because that could be the case. He runs out of the pocket, throws the ball better on the run than he does, 3-step back. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of these X amount of plays that he doesn't fit. But that's what this reminds me of, the exact situation. How about you, Sam?
Yeah, what I don't like about it, like even reviewing the highlights and everything, they don't even try to help him get comfortable. You know what I mean? No, when like Greg Roman was in charge of Lamar Jackson, right? There was a lot of bootlegs, a lot of option handoffs and stuff. There's none of that. So no wonder he said it was coaching. It's not his wheelhouse. And he needs to be one of those guys that it doesn't have to start have a bunch set to the right or something like that. Get somebody on a drag, get somebody on a simple hook. Just little basic things to get him started, and then you could start to climb that ladder and put better plays in and whatnot. There's none of that. They're just like, hey, here's the plays, do it. You just do it.
So here's what I would do. I'd line DJ Moore up on one side of the field. It feels more comfortable sprinting out to the left. You have DJ Moore line up on the right, and you have him come across, go up about 5 yards and come across. So when Fields is rolling out to the right, DJ Moore is there on a cross. He can catch it and go. Yeah. What I saw in preseason was they were running a lot of screen stuff for DJ Moore and for Khalil Herbert. I've seen none of that.
Ryan Larison told me today on the fantasy show. Shout out Ryan for having me on. He was saying there's a clip out there of a Bucks corner and DJ Moore, and the Bucks corner was like, "Hey man, they're using you all wrong. They're just giving you a bunch of gadget plays." And DJ was like, "Yeah, I fucking know." You know what I mean? If DJ Moore, who has played in some bad teams and some bad quarterbacks, is like, this place is a shithole, then it's a fucking shithole.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah, DJ Moore at the end of the year is going to ask out. I'll bet you. I can see that coming too. You traded for me. You're not using me properly. If you're not going to use me the right way, I think the coaching staff is all going to be cleaned out at the end of the year.
How sad
year two? This is their second year.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
How sad is it? I mean, really, the Bears organization, this kind of legendary franchise, and they just can't get it together. Right. And now there's talk about whatever Miss Hallis up there doesn't have a lot of time left on this earth.
No,
and
she don't.
And now her kids, are probably thinking I don't want this. I don't want to do ownership or whatever.
That's exactly what's happening, Sam. From what Craig was telling me, they're pretty much waiting for old lady Hallis to die, which could be any day, any time. She's like 100+ years old. Yeah. So her and Scott went to the same prom together. But
how big were the dinosaurs, Scott?
She looked awesome that night. Let me tell you,
she was a beautiful.
Problem is Scott didn't marry. The problem is Scott didn't marry her. If he would have, he wouldn't be sitting here talking to us.
I'd be sitting on about a $700 million team right now.
Yeah. Well, the plan is that she dies. The family sells the team. That's right. Kind of what they're wanting to do. That's why originally they were talking about moving them out of the city of Chicago into some suburb, and I don't know what the town was called now, but they were going to move them out of Chicago, out of Soldier Field, because Soldier Field's actually the smallest seated football stadium there is in the NFL. So they were talking about maybe going to a dome or putting a dome on Soldier Field, or because also then they could get the Super Bowl and those types of things. So you're right on track as far as like them possibly selling the team once old McCaskey dies.
Uncertainty reigning above that team is never over any team is not good.
Yeah,
I was here when Bud Adams died, and it was like,
what's next? Yeah.
The Commanders went for $600 million, right? I think that's what the Commanders went for. The Bears are going to go for like $800 million.
Yeah.
So
they
could be set for the rest of their life as soon as she dies, and the 49ers just scored again. I think
they did 17-3 now. Yeah.
So I think that these kids will be set for the rest of their life with their kids and their grandkids and everybody else. So yeah, it's unfortunate to say that they're going to just sell it when she dies, but.
It's gonna be a bloodbath, Ed. It's gonna be a slobbering, messy, nasty. I think I said it on Twitter, as Johnny Cash would say, kicking and a gouging in the mud, the blood, the beer. That's what exactly it's gonna be.
And we'll make our picks here, and we'll talk about Ed's Browns too. What do you? I want to finish up the Bears conversation before we get to.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Massage Watson. But the Browns, the Bears situation, Scott, did they get it wrong? Did they get it wrong with the coaching or the quarterback? The Bears have never had a franchise quarterback. I mean, we said that on Sunday. This guy was supposed to be their guy. I mean, you could list off 1,000 quarterbacks they thought was going to be their guy, but everybody really thought Fields. I felt like Fields was the most talented guy. And did they get it wrong? Is it Fields? Because the accuracy really isn't there.
So I don't think it got wrong with Fields, but can we name the last Ohio State quarterback that's had a really good career in the NFL?
I can't.
I don't remember. Mike Tomczak? He had a decent career. He had a great career. Yeah, that's
Nick's reaction. You just slapped him with that name. He's like, Mike Tomczak.
The thing that I heard on the TV the other day is these guys have so many weapons at Ohio State when they get drafted number 1 or number 2 and don't have any weapons, they don't know what to do. They're like, oh my God, I got to play quarterback. I have nothing around me. So that's the whole thing with them is has an Ohio State quarterback. And do I think they get it wrong with Fields? No, I don't. I think he needs to have the right coaches in place. I think the storm has to be perfect for him to succeed, which is the right offensive coaches in the right situation that it can accentuate Justin Fields' positives on the football field. And as you said, it's probably getting the snap, rolling out, and throwing a 5 or 10 yard pass and see if the receiver can do the rest. But Eberflus is stuck in this 1940s type of offense where he says, you're going to snap it, we're going to turn and hand it off to the quarterback, or you're going to stand in the pocket and throw the ball. And that's not Justin Fields' game at all. It's not his game.
You think, Sam, do they draft it if – let's just say, because the coaches could say it's all Fields, and like you trusted us, we've seen enough of him. We didn't buy him, so that might buy him some time. But do they draft another quarterback this year? And they might draft the wrong guy if it's May or the kid from USC, Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Caleb Williams and Drake May.
I would love to have May. Wow, May in a Bears uniform would be crazy, but. Knowing them, they would do something crazy and mess it up somehow. So I don't like talking bad about stuff like that, but it's bad there. It's bad. I don't think there's any other way to look at it or slice it anyway. I work with a bunch of – we absorbed a Chicago factory where I work at, and they're just – I mean, they waited all like we all do, wait for the whole season, and they are just so disappointed. I really hate it for them. I do.
Scott, he was, decent amount of money, like to win MVP. Some people had him winning the fucking MVP this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody was on him for being a really good
MVP.
Yeah, a lot of people were on him for being a much, much improved quarterback. And I just think it's the coach. I honestly think it's the coaching staff. I honestly think they don't put him in positive situations to excel. And that's a problem. If you don't put your quarterback in positive situations, what do you have in offense? You have nothing. And that's just the thing with Eberflus. Defensive-minded coach, has probably never coached offense before, has never been in an offensive meeting before. So he doesn't know how to do it. And he's got an offensive coordinator that obviously doesn't know how to do it either. He probably took some guy off from Indy where he was before and said,
No,
hey,
he actually took Luke Getsy's from Green Bay. He was
Luke
Aaron's
Getsy, yeah.
quarterback. He was
So
Aaron's
I would
quarterback.
think Getsy knows what to do with them. Getsy's been around offense long enough, but
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think when you're a quarterback coach, especially later on in Aaron's career, how much are you really giving the advice to Aaron Rodgers? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he came in, you know what I mean? Like Aaron's going to make everybody look good. Like, I mean, look at Nathaniel Hackett, right? We saw that experiment last year. And, as the head coach, we're seeing Luke Getsy as an offensive coordinator. Like maybe Aaron's just that fucking good. And I mean, he is. He's a Hall of Fame for a reason. And I'm not saying he doesn't take in coaching, but I'm just saying, like, he's going to make it. If I want Aaron Rodgers fucking quarterback coach, I feel like the people like this Nick Bodkins guy is fucking a genius. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I'd be like, it's all really Aaron. I'm
Hey
not really
man, just rip it.
yeah, you know what I mean? We're just me and Aaron just doing ayahuasca in the off seasons together. That's how we're doing.
This dark room sure is fun, Aaron.
yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing, Nick and Sam. Let me ask you: these offensive coordinators that get jobs, head coaching jobs in the NFL, they all have great quarterbacks that they came from. They're not really good offensive coordinators. They just have really good quarterbacks that mask what they don't do well.
Yeah.
And then when these guys become head coaches, they quickly find out, hey, Aaron's not here anymore. Hey, Tom Brady's not here anymore. Hey, Mahomes ain't here anymore. I mean, Bieniemy's got Sam Howell in Washington, but Sam Howell hasn't really done a whole heck of a lot this year. Yeah, he's had a couple of games. Yeah, he's 2-0. He's had a couple of solid games, but
I'm enjoying watching Sam Hill. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, is it gonna extend over 17 games and maybe into the playoffs? Who knows?
It's possible. I like the. I'll tell you what, Sam. I'll give me Sam Howell over Danny Dimes right now. You know,
no
what
question.
Oh yeah, no question about that.
You know,
God,
give me Sam Howell over some of these other guys that are starting. Like, and he's just now starting, right? This is only game 2, or really his third start. You know, get in. You know. I do want to get into Ed's Browns here and Massage. He has looked absolutely in 8 games now as a Brown, absolute
rough
dog shit. I mean,
I thought it would be last year. Like last year was like he shakes it off and then he comes in this year. And I was expecting kind of a rejuvenized guy. But they're paying him a lot of money to look like that. Ugh.
A lot of money, and they gave up a lot too, Scott. Was it Bill O'Brien that made Deshaun look good?
Tim Kelly, ROC, gave him his best years, but I don't know what that falls under because Bill O'Brien's calling plays. I don't know what that is, so I couldn't tell you.
I think it's the fact that when a guy takes a year and a half off and comes back, he's never the same quarterback or never the same football player. The year and a half that you take off in the middle of your career, i.e. Le'Veon Bell, who took a year off and never was the same running back ever again, I think Deshaun's going down that same path. I don't think you're going to see the best of Deshaun Watson anymore. I think this is what you're going to get from him. Unfortunately, he knows he has his guaranteed money now. So what is he playing? What is he playing for? If this was the last year of his contract, I think you'd see a better Deshaun Watson. But because he's got all this guaranteed money, he says, "Screw it, they got to pay me anyway. I'll just go out now. Yeah, I'll just go out and play. And if I play a good game, great. If I play a bad game, okay, I got to get better." So
I think the thing that bothers me is his attitude, right? He's grabbing face masks. He's arguing with sidelines.
I mean, how many times did he grab? I mean, I said it on the air, Scott. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback in much less a whole season grab a face mask twice, much less twice on the same damn game. So here's Deshaun Watson's first 8 games with Cleveland. He has a 57.3 completions percentage. He's only thrown for 1,491 yards. That equals out to about 186 yards per game. Only 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His passer rating 76.2. The Browns gave up 3 first-round picks, a third and a fourth rounder, and he still owed a guaranteed $184 million fucking dollars.
Yep. And this Sunday, he's going to snap the ball, turn around, and Nick Chubb ain't going to be there. It's going to be Jerome Ford, and he's going to say, "Oh shit! I got to start playing quarterback because I don't have the all-world running back that I can hand off to, and he can go for 125 yards today."
And
he's going to have to carry this team.
I'm not like super cocky, but if you're if you're guys like Jeffrey Simmons, Autry, and all those guys, you got to be licking your chops a little bit. Like you gotta be like, or even hell, Mike Vrabel's probably licking his chops a little bit too.
He blew that game for the Browns Monday night. He blew that game for the Browns Monday night.
Yeah, the Steelers are no slouch on defense, right? Like, I mean, we know that they're world. I mean, their defense is legit, and if Kenny Pickett could ever fucking get it going, and Matt Canada could ever fucking decide he's going to be a legit offensive coordinator,
that's my thing. Well, Matt Canada's got to go, right? If this continues for Pittsburgh, he's not going to make it through the season. The whole stadium, Sam, on Monday night was chanting "Fire Canada" in unison. Yeah, the whole stadium, man. What used to be Heinz Field. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And then, like, they're asking the coaches about it, and they're like, "Well, they're really passionate." I just feel like they're kind of not tuned in, right? You know, but I just don't see why they would want. Oh, somebody get a little bit of a scuffle up there. Is that a scuffle? You guys are a little ahead of me, I think.
I got the Georgia State Coastal. I told Nick Coastal Carolina, Georgia State's much more exciting.
They're walking Williams away.
Yeah.
He punched him. Holy crap, he punched him. Woo!
Williams did. Trent Williams did.
Decked him.
Oh,
yeah. Popped him.
I missed it.
Boom.
Kyle Shanahan's like, oh shit, he's out of the game. Once you throw a punch, you should.
It's over. Yeah. Dayball's really happy about it.
But I think the Matt Canada thing was a Mike Tomlin thing. I think Mike Tomlin said, hey, we won 6 or 7 games in a row. Let's keep the staff together at the end of the year and run it back again.
It's better. It could cost. I don't think it's going to cost Mike Tomlin the job, but it could cost him a playoffs.
Yes,
absolutely.
This will be his first year without the playoffs, or did he miss?
No,
he missed the last year.
Yeah, it could be his first year without a winning record.
Right.
If they lose to the Raiders this week, they're gonna have a lot of problems making the playoffs.
He still has a long leash, right? Like how many bets he's Mike Tomlin?
Pittsburgh don't fire coaches. Like they
don't fire coaches.
Like so they've had 3 coaches in their franchise history. Chuck Long retired. They brought in Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher retires, and then they brought in Mike Tomlin. So you know they just don't fire the Rooneys just don't fire coaches.
Yeah, and this Rooney rule's in place because of guys like Mike Tomlin, who, you know, they're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. He's going to have to resign on his own. So, Bobby G, I agree. Their defense is a little suspicious, but when Massage Watson is handing the ball to the Steelers defense and saying, "Go ahead, take it back for a touchdown."
Here you go, TJ. Here you go, TJ.
Take the ball to the end zone. I won't stop you. I'll just stand there and watch you run down the sideline or whatever. So, it's totally bad for the Steelers right now, and that's a winnable division because Cincinnati's terrible. Cleveland now lost Nick Chubb. They could be okay, but we never know. And Baltimore,
the Ravens look the best right now, right? I mean, the Ravens they look like the most complete team, and they don't even have J.K. Dobbins anymore. Right. They got a misshaped running back room.
Right. To me, when I look at the Ravens, they always seem to start well. It's when they get that middle October is when things start getting really weird. So I'm curious to see like if things change for them or they can keep it up.
Well, tell me when Lamar gets hurt, and that's when I tell you the Ravens will go down.
When he takes an angle and a linebacker lines up,
Yeah.
When a linebacker comes 15 yards away and says,
"Christmas has come." Well, Christmas has come early. Look at me. It's a mess. I when I look at like that whole thing and how the Browns like invested all that money and all
it's bad right now. The Texans look smart, right? And they've drafted well, and they CJ Stroud is kind of wait and see type yet, but I mean he's played pretty decent in 2 games. They got some weapons, man. Now they just got to get that defense going there in Houston. Today, speaking of defense, Cowboys lose corner Trayvon Diggs, torn ACL. He's out for the year, obviously.
That's a blow.
I mean, we have lost this. I mean, I know we lose. It seems like we lose guys all the time, but man, this like 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, like we lose Aaron Rodgers week 1. You lose, now we lost Nick Chubb, and now we lose Trayvon. These are guys. These are all pro, players going down for the years. Yeah, stars of the league. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Well, here's the other thing too. Look at the Monday night games the last 2 weeks. We lost Aaron Rodgers week 1. 3 weeks. We lost Aaron Rodgers week 1. We lost Nick Chubb and Jamal.
And then last year was the last Monday night game was the Hamlin. Yeah.
So if you put those pieces together, who's the next superstar that could go down this Monday night?
Who's playing? I don't even know who's playing Monday. I forgot.
Cincinnati and the Rams. You got Joe.
It could be Joe Burrow, right? Joe Burrow's already got the goddamn calf injury.
Did you guys heard what he said at the press conference? Sorry, I porky pig there. He got out there and he started talking about his calf, and he's like, I don't know. We'll see where we're at. And I'm like, geez, bro.
They're keeping it close to the vest.
And we'll get back to Diggs in a minute. I heard today there's only two possible options for the Bengals. They could put Burrow on IR and bring him back after their bye week, or he just plays through it. But they said Aaron Rodgers had the calf injury in the preseason, and now he's got the Achilles injury. So I saw a doctor, physical therapist online today, and I was watching what he said, and he said calf injuries are precursor to, if these guys keep playing, that eventually the Achilles.
I watched Pat McAfee interviewed a doctor too the Tuesday after Aaron's injury, and he said they're like, hey, what happened? Because they were trying. Was it the grass? Was it the turf? There's that. He said, really, this in this situation probably wasn't turf. It said like, hey, he tweaked that calf early on in the season or preseason, remember, and like that probably dealt with the fact that there goes the Achilles. Then he's like 39 years old and, in a football uniform too. So, but, that calf, you're right, Scott, could be a precursor to his, and he's already tore his ACL once. Remember, like he tore his ACL his rookie year.
Yep.
So
that's right. There are 2 Monday night games.
There is. Yeah.
Next week, this week and next week. The NFL is
this past week. And then the last 2 are this week.
I wouldn't call the Saints and Panthers a football game per se.
No, that's true. That's true. I think the NFL wants to go these doubleheaders on Monday nights now. I think they want to do it every week.
I was reading something today. It was kind of with the WWE stuff, right? Like, and we can talk a little bit about that. We got some time. They are going away from Fox, going back to USA. SmackDown Raw is no longer going to be on USA. I don't know where that goes. But ABC is now going to air all the games that ESPN does, because they don't have any fucking TV shows to air on Monday night because of the strike.
The writer's strike,
the writer's strike. So there's no TV. Like, they're just like, well, shit, what do we do? Well, we'll just fucking stream the football game because ABC owns ESPN, all part of Disney. So that's what they're going to do going forward. So it's just that's what we're going to get on ABC. So now we're going to have the 2 games. So they had the games this past Monday and Monday. We'll get them again this Monday. But after this Monday, they're still going to stream the games on ABC.
Yeah. And that's the way that the NFL has gone to this digital exposure with YouTube TV and Amazon Prime on Thursday nights. So, I don't know if that's the way they want to go fully in the next 5 or 10 years. But if they do, it's going to shut a lot of football fans out. So they got to find a way to keep football fans enticed to stay in the interest of the NFL. Because if the NFL goes digital and they lose fans, they don't want to lose fans. They're the king now.
They just re-signed the big contracts with Fox and CBS. So I always think you're always going to get those games, right? You're always going to get your local Fox and CBS, or maybe if NBC, I guess too, right? Like they do the Sunday night games. So like you'll get those, but they just re-upped those contracts. But you're right, Scott. Like the Sunday ticket, could you see Apple get into the game eventually, where they maybe buy?
For sure.
We we all wanted to cut cable, and now you got to buy fucking 30 fucking streamings just to fucking watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. Like, it's ridiculous. And now Max HBO is getting into it. Like, they're buying Turner. So HBO Max or Max, they're getting into the basketball, and maybe AEW is going to be going streaming their pay-per-views there. So it'll be interesting.
Do you guys think there'll be another wrestling entity to enter this kind of thing? I don't know why. I was reading stuff about it because how big wrestling is right now that somebody could try to,
I think it almost I mean, you already have enough. It's almost oversaturated.
Impact and all. Yeah.
NJPW, ROH, Impact. I know ROH is kind of under the AEW umbrella right now. I mean, speaking of WWE, so I don't know if you guys did you guys catch some of the news and releases today?
Sad for Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, the biggest, probably the biggest thing. Shelton Benjamin, Elias /
I'm okay with leaving.
It's a lot of guys who you haven't really seen on TV. I think Ali was one of the biggest guys that kind of been on TV recently.
Boogs is gone.
Boogs is gone, which he had a hell of a lot of charisma.
He kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's like Shelton. I love Shelton Benjamin to death, but he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah. And then they cut 100 behind the scenes people.
Yeah,
that's week the week before too. So
that's all when you merge with another company, those budget cuts are going to happen. And now
what I think WWE is doing right now is they're just trimming the fat off. Shelton Benjamin hasn't really been used in any kind of storyline lately.
Not since the what was it, the
Hurt
Locker or the Hurt
Business.
The Hurt Business. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So I think you're going to see guys. MVP could be another guy. Have you seen MVP on TV lately?
Omos either. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I think
him going, here comes Omos, and he walks.
Yeah, I know that. I know. So there'll be more stuff coming. I mean, there'll be more cuts coming. What they're doing is they're going to keep the guys that they have on TV consistently, like AJ Styles.
Those guys are pretty much safe.
But guys
they're cutting a couple of the guys in the catering that they don't have anything for or storyline for. So I did like Elias. Therefore, I mean, he was very over for a long time, and they just never pulled the trigger. When he would come out and be like, what does WWE stand for? I mean, he had a good gimmick. And when he first came on to not so much NXT, but when he came on Raw, I mean, the place would pop for him. And he also was very he did the Big Show thing where it's face, heel, face, heel, face, heel, face, heel all the time. And then, when they made him go to Ezekiel, he lost a lot of that. That dumb thing when they made him shave his beard and cut his hair, and then Hunter brought him back as Elias, and he just never really had much. I did kind of like, he's pretty decent in the ring, but I did like his little gimmick. And I hate this too. I hate when everybody's like, oh, they need to go to AEW. I've watched AEW, and they got shit guys that are sitting in catering, and they're not doing anything either. And they brought WWE guys and they don't do anything with, like Keith Lee, for example, even the Hardys and those guys.
Yeah,
they were just at Arthur Ashe on last Wednesday.
Yeah,
the first year they were there, they sold it out. This year they only sold 6,000 tickets. So AEW is losing steam very quickly here, and I don't know what's going to happen with them. They're going to have to cut some guys. They'll never bring Edge in. They'll never be able to afford Edge.
Edge took a creation job, right, with WWE. Didn't he take one? I thought
I'm not sure if he did or not.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
I didn't hear that either. So, but
I had heard he was working with Triple H on stuff.
The thing that Edge wanted to do, I think, is have one more match with Christian, tag team match, and then ride off into the sunset. I don't think AEW will be able to afford to bring him in one time for a one match shot. That's it. They're losing money quickly here. There's gonna be some guys that are gonna get cut from AEW because they can't afford them anymore. So it's unfortunate, but it's the way.
And they're going to a streaming deal too. It looks like with Max, and maybe that'll help them. I don't really know. It just seems like you said, they are losing steam. As well. What do you guys make of though? No, it looks like USA is going to SmackDown's going back to USA.
I'm kind of happy about that.
Unknown. Yeah, they're going to keep it on Fridays, but I would think, and then. Who knows if I guess maybe Raw is off. They could be losing. Raw could be off of USA, and NXT could be off of USA. where do you guys think either one of those two could go?
Well, they tried the network TV route and it didn't work. So,
yeah, it can give it to a stream. I mean, it's pretty much like Peacock has its own WWE thing. Like how long
they own the network. They're all their shit's on the network. Yeah,
right. And there's plenty of it on Hulu as well. I would think that like a streaming service or something like that. But I hate that. I hate that idea. But it just feels like that's the way the trend is heading. But man, you said SmackDown, Nick, and all I could think about was, "Can you smell?"
We talked about that on Monday. A little bit, you know. If your taint wasn't hurting, you could have joined that conversation.
I didn't know my taint could have a migraine. I appreciate it.
So could I see Endeavor saying to USA, if you give us another $3 million, we'll keep Raw where it is, and just you'll be the exclusive home of the WWE. Yeah, I can see that.
I can imagine it without Raw, though.
It's been there. They said since 1993 it went to TNN for that 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
but since 1993 it's been exclusively on USA. So I can't see USA giving up on it. It's one of their highest rated programs.
It's not like we can't put it on UPN or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't think Raw's going to go to TV, public TV. I think it's going to stay on USA. I think they'll behind the scenes work some kind of, because they said this new SmackDown deal pays them the same as the Raw and NXT combined together.
Yeah.
So USA went after SmackDown really hard to get it. So maybe USA is planning on saying
they valued it. They valued it like 10 times more than what Fox was even paying them. You know what I mean? So they valued it at X amount. So. You know,
I think it'll stay right where it is. I think USA is going to be the exclusive home of WWE now. I can't see them letting Raw go.
Monday and Tuesday and Friday, all on USA Network, huh?
Are they going back to Tuesday Night SmackDown? Is that what they're doing?
Tuesday is NXT.
Tuesday NXT. That's right, NXT. Yeah.
So
that's
I don't know.
I can't really think of anybody else though. I can't think of anybody.
No, because they tried UPN before. And they pulled SmackDown off UPN.
Nobody wants to go to Sci-Fi Channel, you know.
Yeah, and then they tried it with Fox, and
they were on Sci-Fi. Was it like ECW or somebody?
Yeah, on Sci-Fi, ECW.
Yeah, it was
something crazy.
That takes me back. That takes me back.
Yeah, how the hell is it? Like you're just like, how the hell is wrestling on the Sci-Fi Channel? Like that made no fun. I didn't know Sci-Fi Channel's even around
anymore. SG1 and next up ECW. The things you remember as your childhood. You're like, what?
Like it made no sense. I don't even know if the Sci-Fi Channel is that still a channel. The Sci-Fi Channel.
It is. It is. I passed by it the other night. It is a channel.
I remember how cool that channel used to be, and now I'm like older, and I'm like, God, these shows suck.
Here's a thing, and it's called TKO now, Scott, not Endeavor. It's Endeavor was ESPN or UFC, but now it's all TKO is what it's all called.
TKO. Okay.
Yeah. But so the UFC is programmed through ESPN and ESPN Plus. Now, does the WWE go? Now, obviously, they're not going to. I don't know how Raw could not be on Monday nights because of obviously Monday Night Football. But maybe you could put it on ESPN Plus. And you could do definitely NXT. You could probably put on ESPN Plus, and I think you'd probably get some viewers to come over there and watch it. But
I kind of like the Raw is War thing too. We could call it that again. That'd be great.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we got on ESPN Plus, I don't know if you could get rid of the PG era, which I mean, again, and if it's on ESPN Plus or
if it's on a streaming service, you can get rid of the PG era and go to whatever you want to go to, because it's on a streaming service.
That'd be kind of a win, wouldn't it? Like get rid of the PG stuff, and I can
at one point in time,
asshole and stuff like that.
At one point in time, it was reported that they were going to get rid of the PG era, like it was going to come to an end, and they were going to upgrade it to their TV 14, back to TV 14, which was the Attitude Era. So that'll be interesting what they do and where Raw goes. I'm with you, Scott. It's been on USA damn near
so long.
40 years, you know what I mean?
3 decades, basically.
Yeah.
Triple H still had long hair.
Actually, this is their 30th year anniversary. Now that I think about 1993, 2020. Yeah. They haven't announced anything yet, but I'm sure there's something in the works.
They did. I think they've already had that. They did do the 30th anniversary.
Probably at the beginning of the year, I would think. But
Raw's in
question.
Nashville in November, where I'm going, and I can't wait.
If they get rid of the PG era, what guys on TV on their roster now are guys like attitudes of Stone Cold? There really isn't. I can't think of one.
You could LA Knight could turn into
LA Knight could turn into something like that, but other than him,
I can't think of many. You know,
no. So I mean, just if they get rid of the PG.
I think Kevin Owens or somebody like Kevin Owens.
That's another one. Yeah,
you know.
I think if you push Lashley and the Street Profits in the right direction, and I mean,
you
love them
too.
Like make them just like show up and beat the daylights out of people. Like have them like go after AJ Styles in the OC or something.
Yeah,
those guys
really. I think you could bring that out of them.
Yeah, those guys would do well. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. I don't really like
another one that could do something like that.
So, they could turn it up. Like I think you could see Kevin Owens turn it up a notch, and not if it wasn't PG. PG.
Yeah, I agree.
He could be kind of like the Moxley or somebody like that of WWE.
Yeah, and they haven't had a really big return from anybody yet either. I wonder if there's a big name coming back.
I don't know. Royal Rumble's in a few months. Survivor Series is in Chicago. Maybe they're going to be CM Punk rumors from now till after Survivor Series, Royal Rumble Series. All of it.
Because it seems like Roman Reigns is now pushing toward going to Hollywood, which means he hasn't been on TV in a while.
He's hurt. He's injured. He's injured
too.
He's
but
hurt.
There's rumors going around that he wants to go to Hollywood. So if he goes the Cena Rock route, then he's going to be off soon. So
you say that, but the reason Cena's around is because there's no fucking movies or nobody's getting.
There's nothing to do. So Cena probably called Vince and said, "Hey Vince, I'm available for a couple months. You want me to come in and do something?"
That's exactly what happened.
If he goes to the movies, how long before we have a Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns movie, right, where they're brothers?
Oh yeah,
it's gonna happen. I hope they're like buddy cops or something. I would be all about that life.
Yeah, Tanner should be joining us here shortly, and then we'll be making our picks. Scott, let me ask you: is there any college football? Are you looking at college football at all? What game kind of are you intrigued this weekend, as far as gambling wise?
Oregon, Colorado is 70-point game right now.
It's minus 21 for Oregon.
Yeah, I've already taken the under on it. I can't, in my right mind, see those teams getting to 70 for whatever reason. I just can't see it. There's no path to it. So, that game intrigues me. Florida State, Clemson, who, if you watch Let's Talk Bets, Matt Larison took the Florida State side, and I'm in full agreement with them. I think that Clemson hasn't shown me anything yet against when they played Duke on national TV a couple of weeks ago. They did nothing against them. So Florida State's in a good position right now. I know they just barely get out of Boston College with a win, but they're in good shape to go into Clemson and win that game. And Notre Dame and Ohio State, that could be the best college football game of the year so far.
Do we have a line on the Ole Miss and Alabama yet?
7.
Yeah, it's 6.5. I got to hear it 6.5.
I think Ole Miss is going to win that game.
I really hope so.
I would take Ole Miss plus 6.5 the way Alabama's looked.
Here's the thing, and I said this on Let's Talk Bets. The defensive coordinator from Alabama last year got run out of town by Nick Saban. He's now the defensive coordinator at Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin.
Oh boy!
So this guy knows everything there needs to know about Alabama and how Nick Saban practices, how he runs.
So does Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin was in. He was the OC at one point.
Yep. So I think
at least
Ole
he's
Miss
not petty, right, guys? Right?
No, he's not petty at all. Not petty at all. So if these guys go into Alabama and they have them on the ropes, they're going to put them away. They're going to want to put Alabama away. And the way Alabama's played lately, they played like trash, complete trash. Because as I said to Tana, who saw Alabama go into South Florida and only winning 17-3 and struggling to win 17-3?
Yeah,
it wasn't even a good game. I watched almost the entire game. It was not a good
nasty.
game. It was nasty. It was. It was.
The SEC
it was
is
really
down.
bad.
I said on I think I put on social media. I'm like, the SEC is weird this year, and somebody said you spelled bad wrong. It's like, yeah, all right,
What I think has hurt the SEC is the transfer portal.
yeah,
I think it's
NIL,
really hurt.
transfer portal, all of it.
Yeah.
Those coaches don't know how to deal with it yet. And
No,
Well,
Saban-
no, Sam. That's they know how to deal with it because they've been doing that NIL deal.
oh yeah,
The problem is the problem is now everybody else has got their checkbooks a little opened a little bit, just as much, if not a little bit more than them. That's
it's
that's
easier for them to leave and stuff, though, right? Like if if Nick Saban bites somebody's head off, and then the kid's like, I'm outie,
Yeah, the transfer portals. People can, hey, I'm not going to sit. Why am I going to sit behind this 5-star recruit and not play for 2 years? Right. I could go play at someplace and I'm going to make money now with the NIL, and I could play and do those things. Like that's right. And speaking of NIL, so I don't know if I told you guys this, but so SMU, Southern Methodist University down in there in Texas. They told the ACC, hey, you don't have to pay us to come play in your conference. Like, their first year's on us. And they went out and raised $7 million in 24 hours.
Oh, my
their
God.
boosters did. So, I mean, Scott, you know all about the Pony Express. We know that the SMU's always been kind of they got some money down there.
Yep. I remember that well. Craig James, Eric Dickerson, all them. Ron Meyer, the former Patriots coach. That it's just here's the fact. Here's the fact. So about 10 years ago, when we saw a Western Michigan go into an Alabama, we said no way, 55-7, Alabama's going to trounce them. Now when we see Western Michigan go into Alabama, all of a sudden we're saying, well, wait a minute. It's not going to be a 55-7. It's going to be like a 28-24 type of game. So to me, it just comes down to the fact that some kids, and they said this in the NCAA basketball tournament last year, some kids will come back to school because they know they can make more at school than they can going into the NBA and playing as a rookie.
Yeah.
And has anybody ever heard that? Oh, I'll go back to college because I can make more money as a senior, transfer from Gonzaga to Kansas, make $500,000. Where if I go to the NBA, I got to practice every day.
Look at Caleb Williams. I mean, Caleb Williams' dad said, "Hey, we might come back to college. If we don't like the number one team, we don't think it's going to be a good fit. Like, we might just go back to college."
If the Bears are the number one pick next year, and Caleb Williams is supposed to be the number one guy, and he looks at the Bears and says, why do I want to go there? I'll just go back to school.
Arizona or someplace like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really crazy that you could think that as a college kid. But, I remember a big Gonzaga guy who slowed Drew Timme last year. He went overseas to play basketball because he didn't want to go to the NBA because he knew he'd make more money overseas. That's where he's playing right now. That's what he's making millions of dollars over there. So, these kids' dreams is to play in the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, they're saying, wait on my dream. I don't want to go there. I'll just go someplace else in college and play for $700,000. And SMU raised $7 million in 24 hours.
And now you don't have to go to Italy or anything like that. You can.
Look at Colorado. They brought in 68 new kids. They're probably paying them a ransom to play.
Well, they didn't even have enough money. So when they offered Dion the job, they did not have enough money to pay him his salary. And they like the length of it, I guess. And they were like, we know once we get him here, we'll be able to generate the money, right? Like, and now look at them. They're must-see TV. They're on primetime television, every weekend because everybody wants to watch their games. Because of the talent they have and obviously him and everything else that he brings to it, you almost get primed out a little bit. But they were exactly right. Hey, you know what? Like, even if he failed on his ass, like even if they failed, they were 0-2, like people would still be talking about them, still be generating, things for them. And here they are. So like, that's, it just shows you what money can do. What the right.
To Alan's last comment, the reason it's 17-6 because you got a crap team like the Giants playing. and you got a team like San Francisco who doesn't want to throw the ball down the field and wants to throw screen passes and swing passes and everything else. So, of course, you're going to have a game like this. So that's the whole thing.
You guys ready for Andy Dalton playing for the
Oh, great. I already bet Seattle. I bet the over in Seattle.
No, I would too.
Although people have said that Carolina will look like a better passing team with Andy Dalton than Bryce Young. I don't know if I believe it.
That would be weird if that's the case. Bryce Young got hurt. He stood behind his guard at one point during the game. Oh, golly.
Maybe Frank Reich looks at their offense and says, he's not the answer yet. So they said, all right, you're going to have an ankle injury, and then you're going to sit down for a week.
It's out there. That theory was out there. It was across the Athletic and everything like that, But Frank likes his offense the way he likes his offense. That's how he's always been. And he doesn't bend it. He doesn't move it. He thinks it's fine the way it is. And it might cost him. It might cost him in the end. But we're far away from that at the moment. But, man, the Saints, right? 2-0 for the first time in, I don't even remember, 2007 maybe? I can't recall.
Nah, they've been 2-0 before.
No, they've been 2-0, yeah.
Right. It's somebody else.
Recently, 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago.
5 or 6 years ago? Okay.
Yeah.
But
last year.
Here they are, and they're rough looking, and they're still winning these games. They're going to have to come back down to earth when they finally play somebody. That Falcons game is going to be a big decision.
Well, the Saints will have a test this week because Aaron Jones came back to practice. Yeah. So it's looking like he's playing.
Christian Watson's
been at practice the last 2 days, so Green Bay might be at full strength.
I'll be betting on Green Bay.
Unless
there you go,
they hold these two guys out because Detroit is Thursday night. And they say to these guys, hey, we'd rather have you for the Detroit game. It's a division game. I don't see that happening so early in the year, but it's possible.
I don't either. I think, let's just go handle business and let's try to beat the Saints.
Because New Orleans is now a challenge to Green Bay to make the playoffs. They're 2-0. So they're a challenge for Green Bay to get in the playoffs.
We got a touchdown. We got a ball game, folks.
Oh,
that wasn't Matt Breida. That was
you are ahead of me. Just a little bit.
That wasn't Matt Breida. Yep. I had him in the starting lineup on one of my fantasy teams and benched him at the last second.
Boy,
I'm playing against him, and he was doing nothing until that touchdown.
Until that touchdown. Now we got a game, folks. It's 17-13.
You guys are a decent amount ahead of me. I don't like this. What a run. Yeah. I just got the touchdown. So
they're just showing the highlight of the touchdown here.
Okay.
He's got 4 carries, 17 yards, and a touchdown.
They're gonna go for 2 here.
Should they?
No, 49ers tough. Oh, go for 2?
Yeah, should they?
They should, because you could have cut it to 3, 17-14, but they didn't get it because Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones did it. Daniel Jones.
Because Daniel Jones. That $40 million is heavy.
I wouldn't really say it was. He had no off. His offensive line's atrocious right now. He's got no time. So
he's thrown to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers have catches tonight for him.
What we need is a 49ers touchdown here, so the 49ers can fucking cover.
You weren't kidding me. They swallowed him. Wow.
Yes.
Ooh. That's a $40 million quarterback right there.
Yeah.
But he's playing on a $10
nothing around him.
Yeah, but it's a 10-cent dime, 10-cent offensive line.
We don't keep doing money metaphors. They're making change out of that offensive line. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Let's go ahead and bring in Tanner so we can start bringing our picks.
Oh, Tanner. No, come back. We didn't mean to talk about you without your glasses on.
Come back, Tanner.
Yeah, Tanner.
Tanner, we don't hate you.
Come back, Shane.
What is going on here?
Hold on. Gosh.
Out,
Sam yelling.
Out with the old.
Going crazy.
I'm always yelling. So I can be heard here.
Tanner's
trying to make it
look
nice, guys.
I thought I took Matt Breida out, but I guess I left him in because I didn't have another fucking running back.
Bodkins making money moves over here. Money moves.
And I got the 49ers field goal kicker. So in our LTS league, as I go up against Ryan, Mr. Fantasy Guy himself. So
okay. I'm going up against the guy.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, Scott. Where are you?
I don't know. Here I am.
Where are you?
This guy I'm playing against.
Hey,
in the league,
what are we at, guys? What are we at?
We've just been talking NFL basically.
I know. I heard you guys talk.
Nick cried. It was really intense.
Yeah.
Well, I heard you guys talk wrestling and Jason Momoa and all that. What if there's like an Aquaman? Was it 3 or 4? And what's its face is the villain,
Roman Reigns.
Jason Momoa. Yeah,
and then The Rock comes, and then Cena comes. That'd be even great.
Oh yeah.
11 rushes, Scott. 10 minutes left.
And even at the very end, Hulk Hogan's like, you find out Hulk Hogan is somebody's dad or something, and he's there.
Hey, brother. I mean, son.
Brother.
And then Stone Cold comes in and just stuns everybody and calls it good.
Yeah, we just created a good ass movie right there, boys.
All right.
Before we make our picks, I guess let me read the ad read first before you set up.
Yeah, you do that, Tanner. You do that.
All right. My contacts are messing up, so I can't read the small lettering. Here we go. When our community wins with us, we want to ensure you've maximized your return on investment. Line shopping for the best odds matter, and that is why any profitable sports bettor needs to be using multiple sports books. Thankfully, there has never been a better time to get signed up, and we are here to connect you with the best promotions industry-wide using our link signupexpert.com/let's talk. You can get access to all the sports books in your region along with a review of each platform into its unique features. Most importantly, the page automatically connects you to the top promotions at each book, allowing you to start line shopping with an enhanced bankroll. If you want to take advantage of these benefits and support our brand, please consider signing up for your next sports book at signupexpert.com/let's talk.
Hey, Tanner, before we go to the NFL picks, I told these guys Georgia State and Coastal Carolina is a more interesting game than the Giants.
Right now, Scott, it's a 5-point game over here.
This game's interesting now. It's interesting now, Scott. Jeez.
Not really interesting. No.
Oh.
It's a fake interesting.
Hey, why'd you both go contacts today? Was there a group meeting or something?
Listen, I picked Georgia State -5.5 by 17 right now. So in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Debo.
Yeah. Hey, that was a 20-yard pass. Suck it, Ted Talks balls.
No.
Yeah, we need to talk
run the ball with McCaffrey.
All right.
Hey, I like
run the ball with McCaffrey.
Tanner, how did we do last week? Give us our updated standings.
Tanner blew us out of the water.
Really want to know.
That's all we need to know. Yeah. Tanner blew us out of the water.
Yeah, you really want to know.
All
right, let's get a breakdown here, guys. We went down the list, by the way. Monday night picks. We had Jim correct at Vikings. Jesus, Sam. Jim and John apparently. Damn it, Scott. Jim and John. After week 2, 1-1 against each other. Jim got Vikings this week.
John you're all cracking up. Hey, you're cracking up. Is that just?
I'm cracking up.
You're cracking. Yeah. You're awfully crackly. And I don't mean crackling up like you're laughing. You're like crackling.
Crackling rose, you're a store-boy woman.
How about now?
No, you're good now.
Is that a little better?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not crack-a-lacking anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so our Monday night picks, Jim and John last week. Jim got the win, John got the loss. According to us here, picking on Thursdays, guys. Nick with a total of 8 wins last week. Sam with 9. Scott with 9. John with 7. And myself went from last to first. Last week I had 4 right. This week I had 13 correct. Coming into play.
13 correct last week?
13 correct. I should have put money on it. The only games I missed were the Falcons, the Lions, and the Browns.
What
I think
Springs
what's
is
the
2-1.
overall? What's the
Wrestling
total overall? Do you got that like for the
I
season?
thought I'm getting to. Your total overall for wins is going to be Nick sitting at 16 after 2 weeks. Sam with 19 after 2 weeks and currently our first place guy.
It's your boy. It's
Scott
your boy.
with 18, currently second place with 18. Johnny with 16, tied for dead last with Nick, and myself went from, like I said, I'm 17 now, just off that week. So we got the rankings of Sam,
Thank you.
Sam, Scott, and then myself, and then Nick and Johnny are bringing up the tail. So
All right.
What's up,
Well, it's still a
peasants?
long season to go. Still a long season to go. We can make up some ground, folks. Remember, the
We can't
winner's
let-
taking home this at the end of the
Yeah,
year.
there's not much ground to make up.
No, I'm just saying it's a long season to go. We can still.
No, I know it's a long season to go, but there's not much
I'm
ground to make up.
just saying.
Yeah. All right, let's get
Sam
into it,
should
Tanner.
always go first. Sam should always go first because he's just going to pick our picks if he goes after first.
What the hell is that? What are you talking about?
So we can ensure the win.
Oh my gosh.
hold on, I gotta get this up while
The
Nick's screen
pettiness
loads.
is real.
Yeah.
You're
Let
unbelievable. Scott.
Let me
Unbelievable.
maximize my screen.
I already clicked
Thank you.
these, Tanner. You put me in charge of comments. God.
Oh, sorry, you're here. I
You
missed
wanna-
you Monday.
Sam wants to
Golly.
make himself. Sam wants to make it like he does something. So just let him control the.
Yeah.
We gotta let him control
Hold
the
on,
comment.
before we
Well,
start.
no, I
Sam,
missed
are
Monday.
you going
I'll
to
start to pick
Cleveland
comments.
this week for the game?
I wish I could, but I cannot.
Okay. Okay.
You're not going to the game, or you are going to the game?
I'm not
Where's
going to the game, unfortunately. I
Where's
got
it at?
It's
Cleveland.
at Cleveland.
Oh, it's in,
Yeah.
in Cleveland. All right.
Massage Watson. You know, he could,
Massage what?
Massage. All right, let's get into it. We'll start here. I'm trying to find the where's the points bet? Oh, there it is. All right. DraftKings. Looks like we'll get into it. Both these teams need a
Oh
win.
my god.
Both of them are 0 and
You see
2.
my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It's
Okay.
Chargers versus Minnesota.
Get closer to my eyes.
Both these teams 0 and 2. Both of them need a win, and it's the Chargers at
That's the background music.
minus. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Click the screen there. So it's -1 for the home team here. Scott, we'll start with you. It's a pick 'em. Chargers, Vikings.
I'll take the Vikings at
Scott,
home.
what are you picking?
The Vikings at home. The Chargers are going to charge her again this week. I have no confidence that they'll win any type of game. So, give me Minnesota.
Sam. Who's got that music? Is that you playing the music, Tanner?
He played the
Yeah,
music
with the
last
music
time,
on
too.
for the picks.
Yeah, it's great. It's
I
lovely.
did not hear it last Thursday.
Oh,
It's very relaxing.
There was music? Last Thursday there was fucking music?
yeah, I kid you not, Nick. There was music.
No, there wasn't. You guys are
Yes,
fucking with me.
I pinky promise there was music.
There was
I think
music
so.
last Thursday.
Yeah, I
Yes,
promise. Nick,
I'm
I'm
just
not
glad.
messing with you. I
For that
promise
last
you.
whole hour, I did not hear one single
Yes.
fucking song.
Yes.
Dude, it was just
Yes.
on repeat. That's all it was. I promise you. I pinky promise you.
You're lying. I don't believe either. I don't believe any of you guys.
Oh God, guys, he's getting senile. Anyway, all right. I'm going to take the Vikings as well. The Chargers. I mean, how long, guys? How long are we going to put up with Staley? Maybe after this game, Vikings win. Take the points.
Tanner?
Me the Vikes -1. I like the
Why
Vikings game.
not? Yeah, why
I'm trying to find Johnny's picks here in the group chat.
He has the Chargers at +1.
Oh, he got the Chargers
Johnny.
+1. All right, there it is. So
I think
Johnny's got the Chargers. He is the lone wolf because I too got the Vikings. I'm not picking the Chargers as long as Staley's their coach. So give me Minnesota at home. We got an interesting game here. We got the Commanders 2-0 versus the Buffalo Bills at 1-1. The Bills go, I guess, a little south to Washington here. And the Bills are, what's it, 5.5 dogs as they go into the 5.5 favorites.
Yeah, it was like
here.
what?
Yeah, my bad. Commanders are dogs at home, Sam, by 5.5. Who you like?
Yeah, I think the Bills. They're going to take Washington. I think it'll be a lot closer than people think, but Buffalo's going to pull it out. They're going to win.
Did I read that right? Is it 5.5 or 6.5?
It's
5.
we're gonna use the 5.5 number.
All right, 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I think they hang with the Bills for a little bit, and then Bills just pull away.
Scott, we had good Josh Allen last Sunday. Monday night we had bad Josh Allen. Good or bad Josh Allen here, and who you like in this one?
It's going to be good, Josh Allen. I can't see the Commanders beating the Bills. I just can't. I think that the Bills have too much talent on offense. I think Washington was lucky to get out of Denver with the win. So, and Tanner's Brian Robinson beat me in the fantasy league. So I'm holding that against Washington.
Where the fuck was whoever?
Brian Robinson killed me last week. So
me too. I played against him in another league too, and he killed me. Tanner.
I got the Commanders here, guys. I think they can keep up with offensively there. Again, I still don't think Josh Allen's a good quarterback. So give me the Commanders at plus 6.5. Now that the Bills can finally go to.
Hey, you're crackling again too. You're crackling again.
Yeah, you're crackling. He's It's that bad take. It's just too close.
I hear about one every third word you're saying. Johnny too is with you, Tanner. He's got Washington plus 6.
Scott.
I'm going Bills. I think it's a good Josh Allen game. I'm going with Josh Allen. I think Commanders hang around with him, but the fourth quarter proves to be the difference. Let's go Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, baby. Give me the Bills at minus 6.5.
Woo.
Hey, before we go to the next game, could somebody tell me what George Kittle was doing? He just stood there and watched the pass go like 2 yards away from him.
It looked like he was getting humped by the Giants player.
It's his lovely locks. They're beautiful. They're distracting.
Oh, they're great.
Three more, baby. Let's go. All right.
I really like those locks. You know.
All right. Sorry, Nick. Who'd you go with?
I took the Bills.
Bills.
Nobody
okay.
circles the wagons like the. No, you're good now.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this the post of JG and Mike hitting your microphones, Santa?
It must be, man. I tell you.
Right now it's crackling again.
Oh, he's.
He's gonna lose his.
It's over 9,000. He's gonna
get that producer.
Yeah,
hey, can you at least go to the next game so I can at least fucking pick? We can start that.
We just see a chair fly across.
He's not there.
We got my Packers versus the Saints. Me and Jonathan, if you missed the show on Monday, me and Jonathan have a bet on this game. If my Packers win outright, he has to wear Green Bay and has to say, "Go Pack, go." If the Saints win, I will have to sing the goddamn Who They gonna beat the Saints and wear some Saints gear. But my Packers are favored at home at minus 1.5. Scott, who you like here?
Sorry, Jonathan. I like the Packers this week. I think the Packers are getting healthy. I think they're going to be at full strength Sunday with Jones and Watson back. Me and Tanner know what he's talking about. Green Bay's getting healthy at the right time. Their defense had a little misstep against Atlanta, but I think the first game at home, opening week at home, I think they're going to come with a lot of fire, a lot of passion. So I'm going to take Green Bay to win.
Go ahead, Sam.
Green Bay all the way. We're gonna see some Lambeau leaps, gentlemen.
Johnny is on the Saints. Tanner, who do you like? Yeah, now you're muted. You're muted. You're the goddamn producer and you can't even produce your own microphones. We already know you like the Saints. Nod your head.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yeah, you're good.
Am I clear?
You're clear.
All right. Anyways, I was going to say that's kind of a dumb question you asked me. Who do I have? It's Saints plus 1.5. The better team, the better defense.
Oh, now you're crackling again. I got
why
the,
do you-
I got
Now?
the Packers. You know that Packers at home, baby. We're not losing this game. Give me the Packers. Go Pack, go on Sunday. Plus at -1.5. We can win. At least win by a last second field goal. Let's go.
It is done. You pissed him off, Nick. He's done. That's it.
I didn't want him to get through the show with shitty ass audio. I mean, it's bad
It's
about
not
we got to
Nick.
get shitty ass
It's not Nick. It's whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I'm lost now.
You're great now.
You're clear
great
now.
now.
You're great now.
Yeah.
You're great.
now.
Serious?
Yeah.
Yes, you're great now. Let's let Tanner run down all his picks now before the good audio goes.
We got the
I love-
Falcons.
like,
Falcons.
You give Nick an inch, he takes like a
Alright,
damn
Nick.
mile every
Nick, sorry,
time.
did you have the pack?
Of course, yes. I mean, did you have to ask me the fucking question, right? Is that what you
Well, you
told
asked me
me?
the question. Someone asked you the question. So
Well, stop crackling. I can't hear you. What did you say again?
shut your ass.
Tanner, are you going to put it on Indeed that you're looking for a new host for the LTS show? Is this the way it's going now?
I'm about to put on a new. I'm about to put on looking for a new producer with a good microphone. While Tanner's looking out for a new host with a new good internet. So we'll see what happens first.
Bodkins going to his trailer for the evening. He's not coming out.
We got Falcons, Lions. The Falcons 2-0 headed to Detroit. Detroit, it looks like they are -3 favorite here at home. Tanner, who you like?
Let's see here. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Falcons, Detroit. I like Detroit in this one here. I think they're going to blow them out. Something the Packers couldn't do. So give me the Lions. At
Ooh, that's a low blow.
-3 here.
Wow.
Sam.
Nick just railed on him from his microphone. And Nick's like, "Whoa, low bro, wow, why'd you do that?" Let's see. I'm gonna go Lions on this one. Yeah, Ritter's gonna have a hell of a time against them.
Scott, people they forgetting this. The Lions secondary is a little banged up. I know that the Falcons don't want to throw the ball a whole lot, but Lions defense is banged up here.
They are, and this is the battle of the top two rookie running back picks, and Jahmyr Gibbs versus Bijan Robinson, because Montgomery's probably out. I like Atlanta in this situation. I think Atlanta's going to be a little too much for Detroit to handle. I think they'll be able to run the ball effectively, as they have the first 2 weeks. And I think Desmond Ridder is going to do just enough as a quarterback for the Falcons to hang in this game. So give me
I changed my vote. To Scott.
Nope. Johnny's got -3 for the Lions as well. I'm with Scott, though. I watched the Falcons do pretty well. Ritter's a pretty darn good quarterback. Bijan is the real deal. Plus, they can add in Algier. They got Drake London involved. Kyle Pitts is still on a fucking milk carton. Somebody might want to let them know that he's on the team, that they got a really good young tight end that they don't throw. That's not John. Let Arthur Smith know that Pitts, not John Smith, needs the ball. But I'm going Falcons to stay undefeated. Give me the Falcons at +3.
Sam, did you want to change your pick before I lock it in?
No, I was just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Scott says I follow him,
Okay.
so I was trying to be funny.
I just want to make sure. That's all.
Okay,
That's all.
right.
Just trying to be fair.
You don't have to
All
yell
right,
at me.
next
You don't have
we
to yell
got
at me.
Sam's Titans coming off the big win, a game that he picked them to lose even against the Chargers at home. And now they travel to Cleveland where the
Still
Browns
getting
look
some
like
mileage out of that, are you? Yeah.
all season, baby. All fucking season. Next
Great.
18, 30 weeks.
Oh my! Let me start drinking.
It might be a year from now and I'll still bring it up. Anyway, the Titans head to and the Browns without Nick Chubb and Massage Watson's looked he's looked a little stiff out there. And the Titans are +3.5 dogs headed to the Browns. Sam, you picking against your team one more time?
No, one more time. The one time.
One more time.
No, they're going to win this one. It's going to be nasty. The Titans love nasty games, though, and they usually win them. So they're going to win that one. Take the points.
Scott, are you surprised Browns favorite at 3.5 of this game? No Nick Chubb, and as bad as they looked on Monday night.
extremely surprised. I thought this would be a pick 'em. Well, Tennessee would be favored by 1, but I'll take the point. I think Tennessee's going to win the game outright. Cleveland. I have no hope that Cleveland on offense can do anything without Nick Chubb. So give me Tennessee plus the 3.5.
Tanner, Johnny's got the Browns at -3.5, so he likes the Brownies. What about you?
Give me the Titans plus 3.5. I'm not betting against the Titans yet. They're still healthy on defense. So I'm going at it. Titans plus 3.5.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Johnny's on an island, Brownie Island by himself. Him and Massage Watts are going to get some
There's
massages.
happy little elves out there just partying.
I'm going. Hey, I'm not. If you're giving Mike Vrabel in the points, no Nick Chubb. I'm going with the Titans at plus 3.5. There's no way the Browns. I don't think cover that at all. Now we get to the Jags coming off a close loss with the Chiefs and the 0-2 Texans. Head down. This looks like it is what's that -8.5 for the favorite Jags.
Yes.
Tanner,
Yes.
huh? Who you like in this one? Jags or Texans? Jags favorite at -8.5.
Well, we're talking about the spread here. So I'm going Texans plus 8.5. I expect a couple garbage time scores, whether a field goal, a TD, or something in that combination in the fourth quarter. So give me the Texans plus 8.5. I think they just cover it late.
Woo. Scott, what about you? What are you on here?
I'm with Tanner. I haven't been impressed by Jacksonville at all this year. 8.5's a little too many points. It's a division game. It's at Jacksonville. I understand that. Houston's been throwing the ball really well. C.J. Stroud's been really good as a quarterback for them. So, and he has weapons. He has wide receiver weapons all over the place. So give me Houston plus 8.5.
Sam.
You can already see the headline the next day. Lawrence is porous as the Texans win their first game of the season.
Woo! You got to win an outright.
I mean, I think they're going to win by a field goal, but yeah, they're going to win.
The Texans are?
Yeah, they're going to win.
Oh, okay. So you like the points and the Texans money line even?
Yeah.
Is this Sam or is this Carlos or Rios? Who is that?
Look, I just
You've been
want to
hanging
give
out
my,
with
I
him
just
too long.
want him to give my son back. Okay. All right, you guys.
Johnny's got he is, for Johnny's love for the Jags, he has also got the Texans at plus 8.5. Here's the thing, folks. I picked the Texans to cover the spread week 1. They didn't do it. Fool me once, shame on me. There ain't gonna be a second fucking time. I'm going with the Jags, baby, at minus 8.5. Come on, T-Law, bounce that game. Ridley's gonna have him a game. Let's go, Jaguars at plus 8.5. Minus 8.5.
Nick's on irrelevancy island by himself.
Hey, I am.
I am an island unto myself.
We got another spread I don't understand. I don't know how this spread is at minus 2.5. Is the Patriots, who played 2 really close games, head to the Jets with Zach Wilson, who looked like he looked like Zach fucking Wilson on Sunday.
He was thinking about your mom.
Yeah. Who you like in this one?
I like the Patriots minus 2.5. I think this line's too small for you to bet anything Jets. So I think you'll see a better offense underneath Mac Jones, and the Predators left the better team. So I think they can win by 3.
Scott, are you surprised at this spread? And you're even though how well the Patriots have played, they're only favored by minus 2.5.
I am. Has anybody seen Zach Wilson play quarterback in the NFL? Awful. Awful. Belichick knows
what he does playing quarterback.
Belichick knows exactly what to do against this guy. Get him to roll out. He can't throw when he rolls out. I think the Patriots win their first game of the year. Give me the Patriots minus 2.5.
Sam.
Same. Patriots minus 2.5. Bill Belichick's going to destroy that poor young man. He's going to see ghosts, just like Darnold.
Yeah, Johnny's got the Pats. We're all in on the Pats. I'm surprised the spread's at minus 2.5.
Hey.
We're all in on the Patriots at minus 2.5.
We're like a family again.
So that means the Jets are going to win the game since
somehow the Jets will probably win the game.
Yeah.
We got Broncos 0-2. They need a win. Whose fault is it? Is it Champagne? Is it Russ's fault against the 2-0 Dolphins? The Dolphins at home, 6.5 favorite. Sam, we'll start with you here. Dolphins, Broncos. Dolphins favored 6.5.
How many bathrooms does Russell Wilson have in his house? It doesn't really matter because the Dolphins are going to win the game. They're going to take the points and win the game.
One for each. Hell.
He's building another one right now. Then
It's for every loss he takes. He has to build another bathroom.
Yeah. Well, he'll have about 30 of them by the time his Bronco career's maybe more.
What's up?
What up, Tino?
I already did that. God.
Hey, shout out Tino, by the
sorry,
way.
I did it again. Sorry.
I was on his show the other day.
One job,
and
you're taking it away.
Fun, so
Give
check
me
out
one
Tino. Tanner, what about you? Who you like here?
I like the Dolphins minus 6.5. I think Rex Ryan or whatever the hell his name is actually might be onto something about this defense.
What?
So I don't know if you heard. He
No.
was blaming the defense, essentially the defensive coordinator for not having that defense ready for the Broncos.
Oh, the Broncos defense?
Yeah. So
they've looked like trash. They're not as
I'm
good as
actually
last
kinda
year.
on his
Last year.
side. I think his hired. He's talking about him not being hired too, but that would have been wrong to hire him. But they're pretty trash. Give me the Dolphins minus 6.5 covering.
Hey, what about you, Scott?
I love Miami. No, Jalen Waddle's not probably going to play this week. He's got a concussion. He's out. Won't matter.
Man.
It will not matter. Miami's going to run the ball with Mostert. Denver has not been out of the state of Colorado to play a game since their second preseason game. They've played at home throughout. They've been out for a month. They're going to Miami, hot, humid. They're going to lose their game legs in the second half. Miami's going to win this game by at least 2 touchdowns. So give me Miami.
Yeah, Johnny. Hey, we're going to have to give Johnny some shit because he's got the Broncos at plus 6.5. So he's not a believer in his own Dolphins. But you know who is? I am. I believe in Hill and Tua. I'm believing they can beat this Broncos, and I just want to see the look on Sean Payton's face when he's 0-3. Russ looks awfully bad. The offensive line's not very good. Give me the Dolphins at minus 6.5. At minus 6.5.
So we all had Dolphins, right?
I do believe in
Besides Johnny. Johnny's got the
the only one who
Broncos.
had Denver.
Yeah,
His own team.
it's okay.
We got the Colts. Oh, the Colts 0-2. They lost, right, last week?
Yeah.
No, they won.
Yeah,
they won last week.
No, they won
beat
last
the
week. They won.
1-1.
Yeah,
they're 1-1.
Richardson. I don't know if Richardson's playing or not. It might be Gardner Minshew time. Richardson
Might be
still
better
hasn't-
for him. Might be better.
Minshew.
It is Minshew. And the Ravens have, to me, been one of the surprises of the league so far. They've looked really good in their 2 wins. And it is 8.5 here. Or is it 8? Minus 8. Is that 8? The Ravens
Plus 8.5.
minus 8.
Minus
8.5.
8.5. Minus 8.5.
Minus 8.5 for the Ravens. Tanner, we'll start with you. Colts, Ravens, minus 8.5.
All I gotta say is mustache magic, baby. Give me the mustache plus 8.5. So
Florida
if he
man.
starts,
Florida
versus
man on the
receiver.
loose.
Ravens win.
You
But
like the
Colts-
Ravens.
Colts
All
will
right.
be close.
Or you like the Colts.
Colts plus 8.5.
All
Mustache.
right. Sam.
I'm with Tanner. I was going to take the Colts plus 8.5. I think Minshew's better, and I don't think the Ravens are going to be ready for it. I think the Colts are going to win it. Yeah.
Scott.
I agree with these two. I think Baltimore's all sorts of banged up. I think the Colts can come in. They won't win the game, but they'll stay within a touchdown of the Ravens. So give me the Colts.
Johnny's got the Colts as well. 8.5, just a little bit too high for me. I'm kind of with you, Scott. I think 8.5 is just a little too high. If it was 6.5, I'd probably hammer it home. But you got to score 2 scores when it's 8.5, so it's almost you got to win by 10 or so. I'm going to lean towards the Colts, but something tells me I should have picked the Ravens. I don't feel great about it. We get the 0-2 Panthers coming off that abysmal Monday night game against we had good Geno last week for the Seahawks, and they are minus 6 favorites here, Scott, at home. Panthers, Seahawks. No Bryce Young either. Looks like it's Andy Dalton time.
Yep, I already bet Seattle. Seattle lost at home week 1 to the Rams. They're coming back home. They're playing Andy Dalton led Carolina team. I think this is a great spot for Seattle to win by at least 10 points. So give me Seattle.
Sam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Seattle. It's not time for Geno to implode yet. I think, Seattle's going to run them. I'm going to take the points with Seattle. They're going to win it.
You mean that the minus the points?
I'm sorry. Yeah, minus the points.
We'll teach you eventually someday, Sam. You'll get it.
When I grow up.
Tanner, what about you?
Fly, Seahawks. Fly, -6.
Johnny's got Seahawks too. We're all in on the Seahawks. We all believe in Geno and the Seahawks.
12.
This one's for Bo. Seahawks -6.5. I like them as well.
Bo.
Or -6. Woo!
Bo.
Dallas, after Trayvon Diggs, we talked about this earlier, torn ACL out for the year, but they had to head to Arizona. Arizona was in a dogfight. Is that 12.5? Jesus Christ.
12.5, yeah.
It's -13. We're going -13 for the favorite, so -13.
Oh, -13. Okay. I thought we were going off the DraftKings, so that's what I was using.
Oh, I don't
know. Were you not? Or you want to use? We're using.
Dude, you're the host, dude. You want to
Well, we're using 12.5. I don't like whole numbers. I like half numbers to some extent.
Oh, no.
I want Allen to pick against the Cowboys one of these weeks.
Well, I mean,
it ain't gonna
Scott.
happen for a while.
If he does, he gets
know.
yelled at by Nick for an hour. So,
12.5. Is that too high? The Cowboys have looked pretty darn good in 2 weeks. They were as they beat up on the New York teams.
That's very high, I think.
Yeah. Who's going first? Me?
Go ahead. Yeah, Scott.
All right, I'll go first. Trayvon Diggs' injury is a big factor in this. I don't think it's going to matter this week. I think Arizona's going to have a hangover from the second half. I think Dallas probably could name their score in this. I like Dallas. It's a lot of points, but I still like Dallas.
Tanner.
Cowboys -12.5. This was my favorite spread for the favorites to win today on Paul Redmond show. So I like Cowboys -12.5.
You got Cowboys, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. You're cracking out again. Sam.
He's not on crack. Jeez. Anyway.
I don't know. He lives in Kansas, so he probably is on crack.
You're in Missouri. You're the one that's on crack.
Oh, we probably sold it. We probably sold it to you.
He's a meth head.
Right.
We've been through this. Anyway.
We probably sold it to you.
Yeah, there's the blue stuff. It's really good. -12.5 Cowboys. Josh Dobbs,
you
God
got to catch
bless him.
that for McCaffrey.
Yeah, damn it, McCaffrey. But yeah, no, they're in the Caleb Williams hunt. The Cardinals are. So, I mean, they let the Giants come back and win a game. So it's got to be the Cowboys.
We're gonna see what Johnny picked real quick.
He did Cowboys. It's -12.5.
Oh yeah, Cowboys. We're all in on the Cowboys.
I wanted drunk Johnny to pick the Cardinals, though. Who we got?
We get into the abysmal, the mess that is the Chicago Bears. Comes to Arrowhead. They bring the drama to Arrowhead. This is another 12.5 here. Tanner, we'll start with your Chiefs. You like the Chiefs at -12.5. Too big point.
Talked about it last night on the Buffoon show. I do not like this 12.5. Is the way this offense is playing. Possibly missing a couple pieces on both sides of the ball. Give me the Bears plus 12.5. Keeping it close with a late field goal. Or keeping it close, but keeping it within the spread. On a late field goal.
Oh.
Scott.
God dang, Alan.
Any team that's struggling on offense, may I introduce you to the Chicago Bears team? Give me Kansas City. They're going to win by at least 14 points this week. I think they're going to this is the get-right game in the NFL, the Bears or the Cardinals. So give me the Chiefs.
Sam?
A unmarked white van is going to drive onto the field, put a burlap sack over Justin Fields' head, and say, "It's okay, we're FBI," and then drive off into the victory. So yeah, I'm gonna do the Chiefs minus 12.
Nick,
Yeah,
Nick.
Johnny likes the Chiefs at minus 13. Sorry, Tanner, you're on Bear Island by yourself.
What are you doing there, Bear Island?
Scott is
12.5. That's a big number, dude.
It is, but I mean the Cowboys covered, and I think the fucking Bears might be the worst team.
Our
They might be
defense
worse
isn't
than the Cardinals.
damn Cowboys. The Cowboys also have 39 superstars on their team, and they don't know how to use
This is a
any.
get right game. Yeah, but they got
It
the
needs to be.
offensive weapons. I expect a big game from Travis Kelce. Let's go,
Oh, yeah.
Tony. I need you here, fantasy wise. So I like the Chiefs at minus 12.5. I hate
Tony may not have played, dude. He was
what?
he's been limited in practice all week.
What?
Oh, god damn it! I'm gonna have to put somebody else in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
Well,
champion of
Sky
last
Morris,
year.
you have him, or Rasheed Rice. Rasheed Rice can see a lot of looks this week.
Tony's always hurt. God dang it.
Ladies and
We get
gentlemen,
into
this is your
speaking of bum,
champion.
the Raiders are awful. Where's Josh Jacobs at? Can we get Josh Jacobs to football here?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. The Steelers head to Oakland, Las Vegas. Raiders are minus 2.5. Well, 2.5, 3. We'll say 3
What
here.
we're doing?
What? 2.5? Right?
2.5. Yeah, minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5. For the Raiders,
Yep.
Scott, who you like here? Minus 2.5 for the Raiders.
I like the Raiders this week. I think they're coming home. Opening night, Sunday night football. Pittsburgh's offense is yet to get untracked. I think the Raiders are going to
you're
win
so
the game.
clever.
So give me the Raiders.
Woo! Tanner, what about you?
Give me the Steelers plus 2.5. No way this Raiders team comes out and does what they did week 1. Steelers are a little better than the Broncos too. But give me the Steelers as long as Deontay Johnson is out plus 2.5.
Sam.
I'm gonna take the Steelers here. I think their defense just roughs up the Raiders in an awful way, and more players get on their IG saying they want to quit the Raiders after this game.
Yeah, the Raiders got a lot of bad things going on. I don't know if Devontae's out. He's out, could be out, or he's hurt and dinged up. I don't know.
TJ Watt's gonna feast.
Yeah. Johnny's got the Raiders at plus 2.5.
He's got the Steelers.
He's got the Steelers at plus 2.5. Sorry.
2.5.
Yeah. I like the Steelers too at plus 2.5. Scott is on Raider Island by himself, which I don't know if that's a good island to be on.
Yeah.
We'll get into
It's not.
What exactly are they rating? You know what I mean?
I get the lifeboats on the side ready to go if I have to. So
And you know what they said? I made this joke the other day when they said the FBI raided the Bears. I said, no, they messed up. The Bears are turning into the Raiders at Hallis Hall because they're all the dysfunction that's going on. So it is looks Monday night game. The Eagles again back on prime time against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. It is minus 4.5 for the Eagles. Sam.
We're doing DraftKings, right? So it's 5.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I don't know. I'm just looking and picking. Minus 5. All right. Minus 5. 4.5, 5. Who gives a shit? It's the same. Sam. Baker's
really
pretty good. You don't like Baker for some odd reason.
Well, he's a crotch-grabbing asshat. I mean, I think that's pretty evident. I don't like a jerk-off face. I don't like a jerk-off attitude. I don't like you, jerk-off. Anyway, so I am not a fan of Baker Mayfield, but I am impressed with his start. I'm going to do it. Tampa Bay plus 4.5. I'm
5.
All right.
Oh,
Plus
just 5? Okay, just 5. 5 then.
All right. Scott. Tampa Bay might be one of the most surprising teams in the league so far.
Tampa Bay is one of the surprising teams at 2-0. Although they haven't played anybody yet. Minnesota's defense is terrible. Chicago is a dumpster fire. Philadelphia is all sorts of banged up in the secondary. This is going to be a shootout. I'm with Sam. I think Tampa Bay covers it, doesn't win the game, but covers the 5. So give me Tampa Bay.
Tanner.
See, guys, Eagles only got to win by a touchdown. And I'm pretty sure that's very doable for this Eagles team. Give me the Eagles -5 covering this game.
Johnny's got the Bucks. I like what the Bucks are doing, but I think they could win this game by a touchdown and still be kind of close. Late touchdown here. Give me the Eagles at -5. Then we get into the Rams. Surprise! The Rams have looked good, even though they're 1-1. They got this weird. Whoever would have thought that you would want to go out and get this guy named P. Cuckoo and Atwell off of fantasy? They would be fantasy relevant people. And what's his name? Puka Nakua.
It sounds like my baby brother when he pooped.
It sounds like a damn what's that Pokemon fucking name?
Yeah.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pakuku.
So DraftKings has got it. Bengals at -3. Who knows if Joe Burrow's playing here, Sam? Who do you like?
Like the Rams. I like the Rams. I think the Bengals are in big trouble. It doesn't feel like last year where it was like, yeah, they're 0-2, but they'll be okay. I think they're in actual trouble. I think the Rams are going to win.
I need to caveat this because what if Joe Burrow doesn't play, and then I feel bad if I pick the Bengals.
He doesn't play. He is out. He's going to be out. There is no him playing.
They haven't said.
Listen, Craig.
They're not going to say
Every indication's that way.
They're not going to say for competitive reasons. They're going to make the Rams think he's playing, and then he's going to end up not playing.
You remember that they kept T. Higgins as active last year, week 14?
He played one play, and then he was out.
He played one play and then took him out. I mean, granted, they have a new rule against it from the off season.
No, I
They're
didn't
going to do
know.
the same damn thing with Joe Burrow, essentially, until the very last minute to rule him out.
Yep. I think it'd be worse for the Bengals if he does play, because he can't move.
I think so too.
He can't move. Yeah,
Wise.
He needs his mobility.
He won't have any mobility in the pocket. Aaron Donald's going to tee off on him if he plays. Give me the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win this game outright, to be honest with you.
That a boy.
I love the Rams this week. I think they're in a great spot on Monday night. Give me the Rams +3.
Tanner?
No Joe Burrow, no problem. By the way, what the hell is this line doing? Why is it going the opposite way? This should be -2, not +2, not +3 at this point. It's gone up from +2.5.
Tanner,
I don't have no idea what the hell's going on.
Tanner, it was +5.5 Sunday night.
Yeah, it was
the Rams were underdog by +5.
And it went to +2.5, and now it's +3. It's going back up.
It's going back up. Yeah, I don't know
No
why.
idea what the hell's going on. I got the Rams +3 along with Mr. Cruz. He also has the Rams +3.
Yeah, Johnny's got. You know what? Burrow is going to play. He's not going to let me down one more time. We're riding with the Bengals at -3. One last time, baby. One last time. Let's go. This is the last time I'm going to say if they don't win this game, they don't cover. I'm not picking them the rest of the year, even though I picked them to win the goddamn Super Bowl. The Bodkins KOD continues. Let's go, Bodkins. Burrow. Bengals, baby. Let's go one time.
Nick,
come on. We need you.
I went ahead and marked that pick red for you. Just to get ahead of the game, that's all.
Joe Rogan, right?
We'll find out Monday night. We'll find out Monday night.
Joe Rogan.
Let me read the ad. Read it again real quick, and then
hello, you cool cats and kittens. We got an ad read coming at you.
And then we'll get our final goodbyes, and we'll get out of here. I can't read it because somebody else read it. My computer's it won't minimize.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There we go. Okay. Man, here we go. Sports betting has rapidly risen in popularity, and I want to connect you with an opportunity to get started or get ahead. Having multiple sportsbook accounts is the most simple way to maximize your profits. There's never been a better time to sign up. When you visit my page, signupexpert.com/let's talk, you'll be connected to all the sports books and DFS sites in your region. You can also review it along with a review of each platform and its unique benefits. All these sports books have valuable sign-up bonuses for new users. as well. And when you register through my link, aka the Let's Talk link, where am I at? You would automatically receive the top offer at each one. When you use multiple sports books, you ensure that you can always access the best available odds, which is key to successful sports betting. If you want to take advantage of these benefits today, tonight, right now, and support the Let's Talk Sports brand, please consider signing up for your next sports book at signupexpert.com/let's talk.
That's an ad read right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's an ad
Debo's
read. No,
Debo's shaking
don't
up.
say that. Don't
Debo's
say
down.
that.
Yeah, he's
Don't
down.
say that. Oh, no.
He got sandwiched by 3 guys at one time. Basically,
Yeah, he's laid at midfield.
on the field or off the field? Oh,
he's on the 50-yard line right now, and
I see you, Sam. I see you, Sam.
he's moving very slowly.
I don't think I just saw that stat, but rookie quarterbacks only have 1 win so far, and new coaches only have 1 win so far. All new coaches.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Neato.
Pats are 0-2
hand the
for the
ball
first time
off to
since
McCaffrey.
2001.
Truckers.
I mean,
That little mother trucker got his own jet plane. That little trucker.
Shanahan, just 3 more times. 3 more times. Just hand the ball to McCaffrey 3 more times. That's all you got to do.
Is that we're
11
not going to
minutes.
say goodbye, folks?
I'm sure they will.
I'm talk about this game.
I'm sure they will. Sam, go ahead and get us our final thoughts here.
Let's go ahead and get the PSA out here for all of our teams, for everything out there. In the words of The Rock, it doesn't matter what the national media says. Who cares if they don't like your team? Who cares if they rather talk about the other team and why they are the reason they lost the game, okay? You know your team, and they have the W. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. The W's are going to get you to the dance, all right? Nobody's opinion, no jerk-off's opinion on ESPN, no jerk-off's opinion on NFL Network, okay? Don't worry about what anybody else is saying. Just enjoy the ride with your team. Have a good one. And that is how the cookie crumbles.
All right. My opinion matters, though, so listen to me what I say about your team because that's the fucking truth. All right.
Hear me now and understand me later.
Go ahead, Scott. You got any final thoughts?
I'm here to pump you up. Daniel Jones, awful quarterback. The second worst quarterback in the NFL right now to Justin Fields.
Woo!
He
No, Zach Wilson's worse. Zach Wilson's by far worse than both.
All right, Zach Wilson's in that category. He needed to take the game on his shoulders tonight without Saquon. He needed to take the game on the shoulders without Saquon, and he's thrown for 129 yards, and he's rushed twice for 5 yards. To me, that tells you all you need to know about the new $40 million quarterback in the NFL. He's not a good quarterback, and everybody that thinks he is, you better reassess how you think about football because he's not a good quarterback.
You best change your mind.
Yeah, you got to change. He's not going to lead them to the playoffs again. He just is not that type of guy that's going to do it. So that's what I think. My final thoughts.
Tanner, any final thoughts here?
Shout out to
ahead,
Dan
Scott.
Harris too. Dan, I hope you
Shout out Dan Ayers. Of course. We got to do that. Guys, Bob Logan invited me to a Chargers Facebook group. I don't know why. But it was
Makes sense. Did you join it?
weird. Like, and of course I joined because I hopped
Come on, fam.
And all you see is Staley Herbert. That's all they complain about, Staley Herbert. So I asked the simple question.
Staley
I'm
Herbert?
like, I just want to know. I was like, do we blame the defense at all for not stopping anybody? You know, and they immediately went back to Herbert not converting on third down. They went back to Staley not calling the right plays, and I'm like, guys, this doesn't work like that. I don't know what's wrong. I don't get it. What are we doing?
It's not like the Titans have a bad defense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're just awful or anything. All the problems are mainly with offense. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be because the Chargers this and that. They just got outplayed with the defense.
I understand the Staley hate. Tanner, I understand the Staley hate because this has been going on for 2 years. But I agree with you.
It's been going on since 3 years, Scott, like almost.
3.
No,
Remember,
you got to
could
stop
make
somebody.
playoffs his first year, and they
that's
with the
fine.
Chargers.
But it,
You gotta
but it
stop
also, to me, it doesn't make much sense either because I'm like, all we do is complain about the goddamn Herbert and Staley. There's more to this Chargers team that can't stop a freaking offense. They let Tannehill go for what? And Tannehill and the Titans go for 28 points, or whatever it was.
245.
Yeah, that doesn't happen if your defense is legit with 900 superstars on it as well. So I don't know. The total Chargers thing, it's hilarious to me. I enjoy actually being in the group now, and I'll probably just pop in a random fact later in, and just to see the drama that unfolds. Outside of that, guys, you know, I'm excited
I
for
think
our picks.
he asked me to
back at
join that group. I thought it was like a meme, and I just couldn't see it, and I was like, meh. And then I was like, I'm not joining no fucking Chargers group because I don't give a shit about it.
Chargers. I fucking put Chargers.
I have to see it all the time. So yeah. My final thought is, this has been another shitty ass Thursday night game. Feel bad for Amazon just wasting their money on this shit, but hey, nonetheless, I mean,
they got plenty. They'll be fine.
Let me just tell you guys something. Georgia State and Coastal Carolina are a much more interesting game than the Giants and Niners tonight.
I just want the 49ers to score one more point so we don't have to worry about them not coming.
Well, Tanner wants 3 more carries from McCaffrey, then he doesn't care
he's
what
got
happens.
one right there. So, Thursday night game's pretty much boring and he's kind of stinky. But hey, maybe next Thursday my Packers play the Lions. Maybe that'll be a good game. But anyway, we'll be back Sunday morning. For
remember
pregame show.
No vocals.
Make sure you join our Discord, our website. If you could check out any of that stuff as well.
Do you remember the
But we'll be.
21st of
You
September?
got something, Tanner?
Love was
Do you remember the
All right.
21st
If not,
night of
tell a
September?
friend, tell a friend.
Love was
Like,
the
subscribe, share.
changing.
We'll see you Sunday morning, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. As we start talking about all the games. And we'll have plenty of guests lined up as well. So we'll see you Sunday morning, folks. Let's have a good weekend. See you then. Be a friend, tell a friend. Tanner, hit that outro, baby. Hit the goddamn outro. Okay, I'll hit the outro. Where's the outro?
Life better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet.
Jesus fuck, Nick. You're a fucking delayed computer. We're still streaming, and you just canceled it.
Oh, I did?